Okay, so on the weekend was the National Sprint Distance Duathlon Championships. So as you know, I'm in training for the ITU World Sprint Championships, and 4 weeks out from that race, the Sprint Distance Duathlon was a perfect opportunity to just get into a race and find out what works, what doesn't work, how the body responds, what needs to be fixed in terms of my training, and how the equipment is going for me, and what I'm going to use on race day. So I'm going to bring out a couple of videos. One of them obviously we'll talk about equipment today, but in a couple of days time I'll bring out one that talks about the performance in the day itself, and how I analyse how the day went and what I think I need to work on in the next couple of weeks. So talking equipment wise, obviously the duathlon starts with a run, so we'll look at the running shoes first. I was wearing a well worn pair of New Balance RC 1400 version 4s. Awesome shoe, I've loved these. I've run a fair few miles in them. As you can see, they've had a bit of a beating. It was just good to run in a nice flat fast racing shoe, and I've sort of come to the decision that these ones have probably had their time, so I'll retire them and use them as a casual jean shoe, and for my race shoe I'll go and get a new pair of the 1400 version 6, which is just a slightly different model. The heel counter on these was starting to crash in, so it's a good time to upgrade them just before the race. I also noticed that the laces are beginning to get a bit frayed, so new elastic laces will be coming at the same time. So one of those things that you might not realise until you line up on race morning, and you don't really want to have to deal with laces that are tired on an event like the World Championships. Obviously on the shoe we've got the Stride power meter, which is a vital piece of equipment for me. So again, I'll talk a little bit more about how this was used on the race day, in the race itself. Other than shoes, I've got the sweet Blitz shades. It's very important to have cool sunglasses. Bike wise, as you know, we've got the new Specialized Venge Disc Pro edition. It's an incredible bike. This is the first time I've actually raced it, so I've ridden it a few times, but to actually get it into a race and see how it performs under load, it was phenomenal. It's obviously it's a draft legal race, but you still want a bike that's fast and smooth and aerodynamic, and this bike certainly is that. So I found that I was able to just put power down through the pedals, accelerate really nicely, jump up to a group of cyclists I wanted to ride with, and I just felt there was no penalty at all being on this bike. It felt fantastic. As you know, electronic Ultegra gearing helps with the smoothest of shifting. Disc brakes were great coming into the hairpin on Pukekohe racetrack at 100 mile an hour, slow down to 30 or 40 miles an hour on the disc brakes, and the length of one bike length is pretty exciting. I ran the turbo cotton tyres, so these are a race day tyre. I don't like training on them. They're just you know, you put your special clothes on for special days out. So the turbo cotton tyres are great. Because Pukekohe was a smooth, fast track, I pumped them up to just over 100 psi. I wouldn't normally do that on normal roads, just because we want to have a little bit more a more conforming tyre, but on a flat, fast, smooth road like Pukekohe racetrack, 100 psi was perfect, and it was a good climate, good conditions for that. So really happy with that decision. I'm running the Rotor in power, single-sided power meter with a oversized chainring as well, which just on 165mm cranks, so shorter cranks, oversized chainring. Just find I get really good power distribution through that, and the cranks aren't too long that I'm getting loaded up through my hip fixes, so I can seem to be able to run off the bike okay with it. Use the Specialized Invade 2 aero helmet, so I've done a little video on this helmet before as to why I really like it. It's just light, super aero. It's got some really nice sweat wicking features within the front of the helmet, so I don't get the horrible drip down through the front of my glasses. And yeah, it's just a very, very nice, lightweight, comfortable helmet. So if you're in the market for a helmet, it's definitely a good one to get. And the last little thing here is I've done some modifications to an old pair of Specialized road shoes of mine. It's it's a road shoe, but I've wanted to make some triathlon modifications to it, so I can easily slip it on in in transition I had it hooked up through this loop that I glued onto the back of the heel counter. So as I slide my foot in, foot goes in nice and quickly, a little bit of tapping powder inside the shoe, let the foot slide, and you can do the boas up really quickly. I've removed the tongue from the shoe itself, so there's no restriction at all as my foot slides in. So this is it's an S-Works road shoe, but it's modified for triathlon. It's absolutely perfect, and this is the first time I'd really used it in a triathlon, and I had great transitions. So really cool. I've got a pair of S-Works 7 road shoes, which are my obviously my road racing shoes, but these are a triathlon shoe now. That was pretty much it. Obviously equipment's really important. I don't think I'll be changing too much for race day as we go into Gold Coast. Obviously with the swim there, I'll be using a Blue 70 Helix, 2018 Helix. Not sure which goggles I'll use yet, depends on the on how bright it is in the morning or the afternoon that I race. But I'll make that decision closer, and I'll probably mention to you at the time what I'm going to do. But yeah, if you have any questions, if you want to make some comments about the equipment that I use, ask me why I'm doing things. Give us maybe some of your thoughts as to what I can do better. Always looking for new inspiration. Just hit me up. But yeah, hopefully this has been useful, and we'll look forward to seeing my other video about analysing the race data. Anyway, thank you.